All right, good morning, everybody. It is Friday, April the 4th. We're coming up on 9 o'clock Central Time here. Want to do an update on the Alabama weekend, as we will once again have the potential for some strong storms. I know, surprise, right? Very typical. If you're new to Alabama, this is our severe weather season. It actually runs from November through May, so we still have a little ways to go here. But a couple of pinpoints or quick points, I should say, on the weekend. We start off really warm. I mean, we're just picking up where we left off the last 2 days. We'll have those strong storms possible on Sunday. Wind, hail, heavy rain, all that good stuff will be possible as we head through the event. So let's talk about what's happening right now, because once again today, that threat exists to our west, bullseye over Arkansas. Areas have been hit very hard, will be hit again. And then that threat shifts in day 2 and day 3. The reason that this outlook looks so bizarre is I've overlaid the Sunday's threat with Saturday's, because this will be kind of an overnight. That puts us in a weird spot look-wise. So let's talk about the upper level pattern, because I didn't explain it earlier in the week, talking about this ridge that's in place. And you'll get this, the Bermuda High will strengthen, it'll act as a blocking mechanism. And once again here, this will start to fade. This is Saturday at about noon. It's still in place. We're still going to be warm on Saturday afternoon, but you're seeing the advancement of this trough, and then here it comes. There's our next weather maker, and much cooler air will follow early next week. So with this upper air support, we will have the potential for some strong thunderstorms, and we'll get to that here in just a second. Let's talk about the short term here. Temperatures this morning have been very warm from Mobile all the way up to Huntsville. We've got 70s, and this afternoon we are expected to again approach record highs. Anywhere really in the state has the potential to hit 90 degrees. I think a lot of northern Alabama will be in the upper 80s. We've had a couple records to this point this week, so hello summer in early April. And then Saturday, we're dry during the day. It'll be breezy. At times, gusts up to 25 miles an hour. There might be a wind advisory issue. There's not one in place as of now, but we'll keep an eye on that. And then this is the outlook for Sunday. So this timing may change, but 1 to 8 for northwest Alabama, 6 a.m. to about 2 p.m. for much of central Alabama, including places like Birmingham, Alabaster, Demopolis, Marion, Clanton, Sylacauga, and then later in the day for southeast Alabama, which could play a role in the overall intensity of what comes through. So let's start this. This is 1 o'clock in the morning, and again, this is not the answer key, but one of the things we look at are these higher res models. This is the in-house Barron model here. And 1 o'clock, it doesn't show anything really in the state. So we'll push this ahead to about 5 in the morning. So what do we have here? Up in the northwestern corner of Alabama, we're initially starting to see, a line come through. And the lead edge of this will have the potential for some gusty winds and some small hail. I also think there's going to be a lot of lightning strikes with this. Very similar to what we had early in the week. A squall line like this tends to possess, especially when you have cooler air aloft, a lot of lightning and some small hail. I'll push this ahead to about 9 a.m. And where does it put this? Right over the Birmingham Metro, up to Gadsden, Fort Payne, stretching all the way down to Demopolis. And really, the orientation of this from southwest to northeast make it kind of hard to depict the timing in and of itself. But this will track in general from west to east across the state as we go through the morning, right around lunchtime, 12:30 or so. Now the lead edge looks to be down near Auburn, back to Andalusia. Now, with that said, we might see a secondary line form back here to the west. And this lead edge might end up fizzling out. We'll just have to wait and see how this unfolds during the day. But again, as these move through, they could be robust, and you can see right there that secondary line as it comes through the Wiregrass Sunday evening. May be able to redevelop and carry with it a severe threat. So this will all be over with by Sunday evening and into Monday. I want to look at one of our parameters here. This is the EHI. So what this is combining is our instability factor and our wind shear. So our wind shear, remember, that's the changing of winds with height or speed with height, and then also overlaid with our instability. Now where you see likely to very likely, extremely likely on that scale, that's the storm's likelihood of rotating. And we don't have a ton of that wind shear in combination with our instability. That's why I don't think our tornado threat is very high here, especially in the northern half of the state. Now, you look down to the south, and there's some pockets of higher EHI values. Again, this could change. I think the big thing is we could have some embedded tornadoes. We call them QLCS tornadoes. They form very quickly, dissipate quickly. They're typically on the weaker side, but I think the better chance of that is going to be south of US 80, the southern half of the state, and gusty winds as well as some hail. And again, lightning is not a parameter for severe weather, but it can be impactful nonetheless. So this is a look at the potential rainfall totals through Sunday, and this just shows a general guideline. We're not going to have exactly 3 inches or 1.5 where you're seeing this, but heavy rain will be possible with this, and it's tough to really quantify a flood threat when everywhere is getting heavy rain and everywhere takes an inch of rain or more, a little bit different. But we'll watch this for a really good soaking. It'll clear out the pollen at least for a time. And then the other story is going to be temperatures. So this is a look at Monday morning. And we got 40s in the northern half of the state, 50s to the south. And this is going to be a gradual cooling off. This is Tuesday morning at about 6 a.m. So what are we looking at here? Possible 30s for the northern third of Alabama, 40s to the south. And again, relative to what we've had here the past couple days, this is going to be quite chilly. Highs both Monday and Tuesday will be in the 60s. And then by Wednesday morning, probably the final morning of the really chilly air, we got temperatures in the 40s. So, again, this is a multi-layered, multi-faceted system that we'll watch carefully. I would say just be prepared on Sunday morning. Some loud storms coming through. Again, thunder, lightning with these, some small hail with a lot. Gusty winds are the biggest threat. An embedded tornado is certainly possible. And, of course, we'll have updates as needed. So hopefully everyone's enjoying this taste of summer, enjoying the rain-free conditions, because that changes on Sunday with cooler air to follow. That's a look at your weather discussion on this Friday morning. Hope everybody has a great Friday and a great weekend ahead.